What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Espresso, and welcome back to the countdown. Now just 7 days out here from Black Ops 3. Only one more week of waiting, and then come in a couple hours, we will have 1 week from now, Black Ops 3 in our hands. So this one today, we got some awesome information I want to talk to you guys about with Shadows of Evil and zombies in particular. Now this comes from a lot of information gathered from people that already have the game and that are leaking stuff. So if you do not want to know any of this stuff and you want it all fresh for whenever the game actually launches, by all means, you're more than welcome to click off the video. I won't take any offense at all, but this is your last warning here because we are going to discuss some things that aren't relatively known here just yet, but will be in a very short time. So firstly, I want to say that this general map, well, Shadows of Evil looks absolutely incredible. After finally coming across some 720p and HD gameplay, the map itself is not only massive, but truly beautiful. I personally don't think that this is going to look anything like this on 360 and PlayStation 3, a true next-gen experience here with this one. Now, I've come across some people that have actually had the game now from the time of this being recorded for 3 days, and the best part about this is that they've said they're still finding new areas of the map. So this isn't even anything small or little bits of info or pieces relative to something very minute. I'm talking they mean full parts of the map. So that just plays into just how incredibly large this map will be here. Now, as for how it will play and what to expect in terms of toughness, I'd expect this map to be a little bit more tricky than a lot of the other maps. A lot of the play that I have seen includes a lot of tight alleyways and corridors like that, and not really much room to train in. So that's going to be really interesting, in my opinion, to see how that in fact works out. But a nice little change that will add to the playability of this and zombies overall if it is carried after Shadows of Evil here into the Giant and DLC following, is the fact that there is the removal of a 2-hit down. What I mean by this now is previously you could get swim hit or just 2-shotted by a zombie real quick and you go down instantly without Juggernaut. Well, now it takes you 3 hits to go down instead of 2, which gets rid of a lot of those annoyances, like I said, with swim hits and other just occurrences that don't really seem too fair. So all the generalities aside here, now I want to discuss some specific things here within Shadows of Evil. Now, like I said, I have seen tons of gameplay, so if you guys don't want to know this information, be sure to click off this video. I won't take any offense to it, but getting into it now here, firstly, I want to talk about the Easter egg pieces here. A lot of these are very similar to Mob of the Dead. The HUD for the items and the inventories are very similar, almost identical, but it will require multiple pieces to complete full inventories like that. Now, there very may well be multiple different inventories that you can acquire for different pieces to Easter eggs, because Jason Blundell and the rest of the dev team at Treyarch says there are a ton of Easter eggs here within Shadows of Evil and the Giant, so it's very possible that this one that I was seeing footage of may not be the only one. But right in one of the starting rooms also is actually written, find the personal items to sacrifice to the fore, with a map where it says ritual sites and do the right thing scribbled in it. Now, I've seen some gameplay at what I would imagine to be one of the ritual sites, and it seemed very similar to the sacrificial rituals that we saw in the initial trailer. But in that room, something that really stood out to me was that witches come after you. And it seems like we'll get a ton of bosses here within Shadows of Evil, and this is one of them. We'll discuss the other ones here in just a quick second, but the nice part about these witches though, as opposed to the buried witches, which I'm sure a lot of people will draw similarities to, is the fact that these ones don't take away points whenever they hit you. So that's always an upside here with that. Now, from the gameplay from these witches, I didn't see too many of them, so possibly theorizing a little bit, these might be the 4 that those markings on the wall actually indicate. Again, that's just all personal speculation, and very well could be that I just caught a different piece of the gameplay in which there were more than 4, but at that point in time I only saw 4. So again, that's just pure speculation, but getting on over into the next things here, the next thing I want to discuss is the Beast. This is the tentacle monster that we've seen from the trailer, and well, it's actually us. and it's nearly identical to Afterlife, which is how this is going to play in big here within Shadows of Evil. How you use it? Well, you go over to the glowing basin or the bowls that are standing up. It's going to be a blue glowing light here, and there you can enter the beast. And just like in Afterlife, whenever you get into it, you can turn on power and locations, as well as you can open up previously restricted areas, also breaking up things like boxes and other things to obtain Easter egg pieces like that, as well as you can grapple and then enter back into your human form as well. So definitely a nifty little feature that will be kind of returning, I guess you could say, since it's not exactly how we've seen it previously. Now, next I want to discuss Gobble Gum very quickly. You can have 5 Gobble Gum here in your pack, and you can actually customize each pack how you would like to see it come out. Now, we do know, though, that it will in fact be available in different increments. You're going to have to unlock different Gobble Gums, so the footage that I saw was all unlocked here, but that's because it was offline and local, where there really wasn't anything connected online yet with this. So that's something that will definitely change a little bit here on how you can approach it once the game actually launches. Now, next I want to discuss the final 2 things here, both of which being bosses. Like I said, the witches are one of these presumable bosses here within Shadows of Evil, but then we have 2 more. Firstly, the MARGWAS, which is the 3-headed Cerberus monster here that we've seen from the trailers and also from the leaked achievements for Shadows of Evil. Now, I've seen a lot of early footage, and it seems like this one comes at various times. The earliest I've seen it is round 8, and the latest so far that I've seen it is round 11. Which one of those 2, or rather in between, we can actually see it steadily coming at, I couldn't tell you, but you're definitely going to get it, and you're going to want to play strategically with weapons that aren't necessarily the worst. With more powerful weapons like the ray gun, it seems as if it's pretty easy to take out, but with weapons that are weak like the Kuda, that's a no-go. While you can do damage to the MARGWAS to the body, the head is, of course, what I've seen to be the most effective and what you can take them out in the quickest fashion with. Now, next we have the little flying alien critters, whatever you want to call them. I don't think we have exact names for those just yet, but they come a little bit earlier. I've seen them at around round 5 each time, but they're a lot easier to kill from what I've seen. Just a simple weak shotgun from the wall and the box can take them out. Whether or not these 2 scale in damage, though, compared to round numbers, meaning in the higher rounds these critters and the MARGWAS have more health, that's something I don't know. I question that really only because in previous games, Hellhounds haven't had scaling in which you could actually go up into later rounds and one-shot them with the ray gun or something like that. So, very curious to see how that one turns out, but that is also the 2 extra bosses here that we've had, which makes it about 3 if I am interpreting these things correctly. Now, obviously, to wrap this all up, Shadows of Evil looks absolutely incredible and absolutely massive and very immersive, and I don't think it's going to be something that we're going to be able to figure out every single thing here within the first week, as in previously, a lot of people would figure out the main Easter egg, the side Easter eggs, everything about the map and all that kind of stuff. I think this one has the potential to last a very long time here, and a lot of this information that I'm looking at currently in front of me, it's definitely a testament to that. So that's where we're gonna wrap the video up here today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. I would love to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of all of this? There, again, is so much information that we covered today, so I can't really pinpoint one singular question here for you, but love to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like the video, be sure to like, rating down below. Any shares to your Facebook, Twitter, and or MySpace. If you're a Jack, that was greatly appreciated. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe for the best of quality Black Ops 3 content. Any new news and information, you guys know exactly where to find it right here on my channel. Thank you guys once again so much for watching. 1 week away, my friends. 1 week. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care and peace.